My husband and I have been together for 4 years and we just got married in October of 2022. He is amazing, quite literally the man of my dreams, and I have an amazing life with him now. My parents and the rest of my family love him. I'm a Native American and have really a big family. And he comes to my family events, holidays, cookouts, etc. And I have not heard a single member of my family say they didn't like him. My husband's family is very small. Other than his parents, he has one brother, his wife, and their 2 kids. His brother and his family live multiple states away, so we only see them around the holidays and they don't really have much extended family. So the only members of my husband's family I really see are his parents. His parents are the stereotypical white conservative small town Christians. My husband is no longer religious. Mother-in-law stays at home and tends to the house, while father-in-law works. I was worried about his parents' beliefs at first. As I practice my native tribe's spiritual beliefs, I am very left-leaning socially and politically. Don't dress very conventional, and my husband and I have no desire to have children. But they were pretty chill with me when I met them first time. His dad and I have had no problems, but over the time I have begun having trouble with his mother. She just flat out doesn't like me. According to my father-in-law, she has said I'm not the kind of woman that needs to be with her son. Her reasoning is because I don't act like a woman. I won't be a housewife and I have a man's job. I'm a flight paramedic for a service that airlifts critically unstable patients. And I love my job. I love being a paramedic. My husband has never expressed that he wants me to be a housewife or take up a stereotypically feminine job. If he did, we would not be together, but apparently that's what his mother thinks he needs. When I first met his parents, we had been dating for about 5 months. Mother-in-law said at first that I didn't look like the kind of woman my husband would bring home. I didn't take it to the heart. I figured she didn't mean it in a harsh way. When they asked what I did for work, I told them I was a flight paramedic. Father-in-law said that was awesome, while mother-in-law just kind of frowned and didn't say anything. Whatever. She was pretty cordial in the beginning. But as my husband and I got more serious, she began to not like me more. It started out with snide comments. She would manage to sneak into conversations the fact that she thinks women should be homemakers or have jobs like teacher or caretaker. When started working 48-hour shifts, she asked who was going to take care of the housework. My husband told her he would. While I was gone those 2 days, she got upset and said it was not fair that I made her son to do it all by himself while I left. My husband told her that we split household chores evenly and that it was fine. One day we were over and she went off on this rant about how she missed when women acted like women and men acted like men. She started talking about how women needed to start being housewives and mothers again, while the men worked and provided. While she never directly said it, I knew she included me in that. Father-in-law told her to calm down and that this was not the time for that kind of discussion. And she got mad and said, well, it's just the truth, and looked in my direction. I am not an idiot. I knew this rant was just a way for her to tell me how she felt without directly telling me. My husband was pretty angry when we left and I can't say I was too pleased. I told him she was allowed to have her opinion no matter how stupid it was. And I was not going to lose sleep over the fact that she seems to still be living in the 1950s. He said he was angry about the disrespect he talked to her about and said she would not do it again. So I managed to let that situation roll off my shoulders. Everything came to a head with her a few weeks ago. Father-in-law invited us over for a dinner, so we went. My cousin is getting married in a few months and my husband mentioned that we were going to the wedding. It will be a traditional wedding in accordance to our tribe's customs. Father-in-law said that was cool and mother-in-law asked if there was going to be alcohol there. I didn't really see how that was an issue, so I said yes. She responded with, son, you don't need to be around all the drinking. My husband, it was fine and that I would not be a problem. She said, no, You don't need to go, it's not safe. If there's going to be alcohol there, why would not it be safe? It's not like we are going to be at a war, it's just gonna be my family. Well, she then said, well, some people can get violent when they drink. I knew exactly what some people meant and that this was a racist remark. I told her that no one would be getting violent and that everyone would have a designated driver. My husband then said that we were going and there was not going to be any negotiation about it because he was a grown man and could make decisions for himself. That just made her more upset and she started going off about how it was not a good idea for him to be around a bunch of drunk people. After father-in-law told her to calm, my husband asked why it mattered so much to her anyway because it's not like we are forcing her to go with us. She then said, I just don't think it's a good idea for you to be around a bunch of drunk Indians. I was in shock. I knew this is what she meant, but I didn't think she had the balls to flat out say it. You can't be serious, I said. She proceeded to tell me, I'm serious, I know how you people are and I don't want my son around it. My husband began to lose it and started yelling at her. I didn't have a response to that. I was just dumbfounded, as was my father-in-law. My husband told her he would not stand her for disrespect. My husband told her he would not stand for her blatant disrespect and hatefulness any longer and was not going to allow her to be racist towards me. She then said, I can't believe this. You are seriously choosing this red-skinned bitch over your own mother? I gave birth to you. I told her to go drink herself and left out the front door, with my husband following me. She came running out the door after him, begging him not to leave. He then told her, no, druck you, and I never want to hear from or see you again. He was shaking with anger when he got in the car. He told me that he was done with her and her bullshit, and that we would not be going back over there. Ever since then, she has been blowing up our phones, saying she's sorry and begging up to reconcile. I don't know what to do. My husband is angry and upset that his mother is like this. The next update from this person is, the reason I didn't have much of an adverse reaction to her words is because sadly these are things I have heard my whole life. I am not white passing and you can take one look at me and tell I'm native. I think what my mother-in-law said shocked so many people is because many think explicit racism like that is a thing of the past, when it is still very much alive in the minds of some. After the incident took place, my husband and I went home and mother-in-law tried to call and text both of us to beg for forgiveness and told us she is sorry and wants to make up, and my husband told her to leave him alone until he and I worked through this. My husband also told his brother about this and he was horrified as well. My father-in-law also contacted us and said he was sorry for what had happened. He said he didn't know she had thoughts like this and in the moment he was so shocked with that she said that he didn't know what to say or do. He asked if it would be possible for my husband and I to speak with just him to see what he could do going forward. We agreed. We ended up having a video call between me, my husband, father-in-law and my husband's brother. Brother-in-law said that there was not much he could do because he is several states away, but he would be supporting us in whatever decisions we made. That he would be sending a strongly worded message to mother-in-law. Father-in-law was very emotional about the situation and said he didn't want to lose his son over what mother-in-law said. That he would do anything to keep contact with my husband. He was so upset and confused as to why she thought the way she did and why it was all coming out now. I said that she may have always felt this way, but because they live and have always lived in a pretty white communities, I was the first person she knew to take it out. Everyone agreed to that and that he planned to tell her that she had a choice, either seek help to change her narrow view of the world or lose both her son and him. He said that I make my husband happy and as his father there is nothing more he could ever want. We all agreed that some counseling would definitely be beneficial to her if she was willing to go. My husband said he doesn't want to talk to mother-in-law right now and that he did not know when or if he would be able to. He said that if he had anything to say to her or if there was an emergency, he would go through father-in-law to get to her. In the meantime, he will be blocking her number. I said I just didn't want any contact at all, and we all left it at that. I also told my parents and some elders in my community, and they were upset too because this is stuff they have heard as well. But they commended my husband for having my back and said they understood my decision to go no contact. And that's the situation right now. I want to thank everyone that left kind words or advices on the original post. I made it to see if we had maybe done something wrong or if the decision to go no contact was a bad one, but I now see that is probably the best opinion. And my opinion about this issue is, it is evident that the mother-in-law is displaying racist and sexist behavior towards the OP. She disapproves of the OP's profession, independence and lack of conformity to traditional gender roles. Her behavior suggests that she believes in outdated gender roles, where women should stay at home, cook, clean and take care of the children, while men work outside the home. Furthermore, the mother-in-law's racist comments indicate that she harbors prejudices against Native Americans. It is unacceptable to make such derogatory remarks. She disapproves of the OP's profession, independence and the lack of conformity to the traditional gender roles. Furthermore, the mother-in-law's racist comments indicate that she harbors prejudices against Native Americans. It is unacceptable to make such derogatory remarks about any race or ethnicity, and it is important to call out such behavior. The husband's support for his wife and his defense for her autonomy and decision making are admirable. He is right in asserting that he is a grown man who can make decisions for himself, and that his mother comments and behavior are disrespectful and unacceptable. It is essential to confront and challenge such attitudes and behaviors to create a more inclusive and equitable society. Then OP and her husband should continue to stand up against any form of discrimination and educate others about the negative impact of their actions and words. They should also prioritize their well-being and avoid toxic interactions with people who do not respect them.